Hello? Hello? Can you hear? Oh, cool! Can you hear me? You never guess what I did. Busted my speakers. Oh, gosh. Blew them up. It's good to see everybody. How's everybody doing? My hair is gonna look weird today. I didn't fix it. Haven't showered. We're getting straight into it. Slap a like on this if you have not, so I can watch the number go up. Thank you. It's the little things in life. Does the audio sound good? Happy Easter, everybody. It's really good to see you. I'm glad to be here. Hello. My hair looks weird. Leave me alone. Look at my new pen. It's my Easter present pen. I will be using it in videos. Yeah. It's just terrible hair today. Holy crap. Let's change it. Hey, Puff Stabby with the $1.99. Let's get some hype and chat for Puff Stabby, everybody. Walls and walls of positivity, turtles. Thank you very much. And we are currently at 52 channel members. If you would like to become a channel member and support the live streams that we do here every Sunday, you can become a channel member. You will get my cat's face next to your name. You can't get better than that. Hold on. Oh, here it is. What color do we want to do behind us today? It's nice and warm. How are we feeling today? Kind of feel like just chilling with some of that vibe. Let's throw up some. If you can hear that in the background, that's because that's right, Greg. The people outside are like making noise and building stuff. What's up, buddy? Come here, man. Everybody wants to see you. I'm still in my pajamas, man. Look at that. How you been, Greg? You doing good today? Huh? You doing good today? You doing good, buddy? Have you been having a good day? You been having a good day? You're a good dude. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Okay. I forgot what I was doing. Forgot. So, music. You'll have to help me out with the music volume. I blew my speakers. I cannot hear them. So, we'll do some. Or wait. It's not actually called that anymore. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I done screwed it up. It's called Lo-Fi Girl, right? It's not Chilled Cal anymore. DJ Snaps with the 5 spot saying, I couldn't take James Charles' apology. Seriously, the way he smirked the whole video and excuse of desperate, not to mention his repetitive behavior. Oh yeah, I understand. Let's get some hype in chat for DJ Snaps. You mean you didn't like James Charles's apology?
Stopped eating dirt when I was 5 years old.
Alright, help me out with this volume. Is it too loud right now? Probably is. How's that? Bit too loud? Alright. How about that? How's this? Listen, we got serious stuff to talk about today, you know? Good? Alright. Alright. We got two main things I want to talk about today. It's the James Charles stuff. There's specific things I want to talk about to do with how he acts and behaves towards people in general. It doesn't even got to be people that are underage. It's just people in general. The way that he talks to people, it's unacceptable. You can't talk to the people the way that he talks to people. It's not okay. He reminds me of one, and we're gonna get into this, but he reminds me. Puff Stabby with the $1.99 says James eye darting is also very suspicious in my opinion. I think so too. Let's get some hype in chat for Puff Stabby. The way that he talks to people it's very similar to like a very just pretentious guy that just jumps in the DMs of a girl. Girls in chat, you understand this. You've had the dudes and they ask you and they just keep saying hey over and over again, no matter how much you ignore them or tell them that you're not interested. That's pretty much James Charles. All right, let me pull this up. Look at that. You like my black spiral thing there? All right. Here we go. Now, if you're not following the Repzilla Twitter, and you want to get things before they're even in videos, I do a lot of posts over here, and I like to post my important thoughts. Sometimes I talk about how Twitter is dumb, as you can see. So I said earlier today, I said that it's important to point out the sexually aggressive nature of James Charles, aka James Dickinson. I think it's important that we start calling him by his full name. Is enough in itself to ban him from every platform. Minors being involved makes it worse, no matter what the involvement. He made himself accessible to these situations. Let's get some hype in chat for Chantel Liege with this 5 spot saying, love all the work you do when it comes to taking down predators. PDF files. You are an inspiration and we appreciate you. You're an inspiration and I appreciate you. Let's get some hype in chat for Chantel. Now I want to play this for you. This right here is something I made on Twitter. It's not only James Charles is a P word, but he is aggressive and gross. Now we're gonna go over this, how this is harassment of the not good kind. Let's see.
Please don't go, please don't go. I love you so, I love you so. Please.
By the way, this is another survivor that has come forward. This came out, I believe it was just yesterday. Another TikToker. This one was 18, but he did tell James that he was straight and not interested. So he goes by the name Dinosaur Lover.
Break my heart.
So, right off the bat, let me see if I can make this bigger. Is that too much? That's too much. So he goes and he's already sending inappropriate images. Can you guys see that good? I want to focus on the things that he says. I think I'm going to bring these up. Let me bring these up on the screen so we can better focus on it. I got them all pulled up right here. Main window, can I do that? Properties. Let me add another source real quick. Window capture. That's what I need. Window capture. Properties. Apparently that's not the one. Sorry. Display capture. I need a display capture. My bad. All right. Let's do display capture 1. That's kind of what we need. Let's drag it down. All right. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay. So let's just take a look at some of the stuff he's saying here. Here he's asking, "Do you shave your body?" In this one, he's like, do you have a nice body? He asked it twice. Do you have a nice body? Do you have a nice body? So it's very repetitive. In this one right here, he says, it would literally take you 30 seconds to send a pic like this, trying to pressure this person into sending them an inappropriate picture. In this one, it says, he's like, just take a pic, dumbass. And over here, this one says, I'm just laying here, bored and horny. Ha 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 ha. This one says, come pick me up for some road. You guys seeing this? You seeing this stuff? Now I just gotta keep. I gotta keep it in mind. See, here he is talking about how this person gives off some BD energy. LOL. Now I gotta say to this, like, listen. This is inappropriate towards anybody. This person was of age; they were 18. In this specific stance. Now you got to keep in mind that he has been involved with minors too. Now, if anybody jumps in your DMs and they're talking to you like this, how are you gonna feel? You're gonna feel like boundaries are crossed. So that within itself is not good. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. I'm gonna read chat right now. We got a couple donos too. I'll catch up on those. Got Lori Loves Books, who gave us $15 and said the fact that James continues to use Snapchat instead of dating apps is why I think he's guilty. This is my hype chat for Lori. Followed by Aim Night with a 5 spot said, "You streaming is the best birthday present I've gotten all year." Wow, I really appreciate that. And then I'm pretty sure we got a 20 dono as well. Let me check that out. Yes, we got it from Lena the Otter. 20 spot says, "For a great cause, much love, the best squad." That's right. Mikhail also donated $25, said, "Happy Easter." Really appreciate it. Happy Easter to you. Let's get some hype in chat for these guys. Walls and walls of Positivity Turtles. Thank you very much. Hope everybody's doing good out there. So, yeah, he was definitely, a while back he did get caught. He was doing the whole on Tinder changing his gender to try to catch straight guys. I'm glad I can help. We haven't got to the Captain Des stuff yet. Right now we're talking about James Charles and just how he talks to people in general. C-Line says male victims should be taken more seriously. 100%. I agree with that. I do agree with that. So we have a general consensus of it's just gross behavior. So I'm gonna pull you up something from my most recent video I want to talk about.
Find a flight at a great price with no change fees. Book now on Kayak.
Goodness gracious. Hey, you know what? I do want to say, check this out. I think this is really cool. We're currently at 2,147 for our goal towards our fundraiser towards RAIN. I'm really proud of this. This is all you guys. I know a lot of you guys have donated towards this. We're gonna keep it up until it's got 15 days left, it says, but we're gonna keep it up until we reach the goal. That's what I want to do, anyways. Willow donated $1.59. Really appreciate it. Let's get some hype in chat for Willow. Followed by Puff Stabby with another $1.99. Let's get some turtles for Puff. Hey, welcome back into today's this information. This out here. Yeah, here it is. Can you guys hear them sawing? By chance? Yeah. It's really annoying. No? Okay, good. It's hard for me in general to stream right now because I blew my speakers, so I can't hear what's going on. So Right. I think I'm probably going to have to upgrade some equipment because I can't use headphones because the headphone jack on the interface went out, and then now the speakers are out. So now I can't hear anything. So I think I'm going to be forced to like upgrade some stuff. So that being said, this is something that I want you to keep in mind, the way that he is talking to people in general. We're going to put aside, as much as we can, we're going to put aside the fact that some of these people that he was talking to were underage. We're going to try to delve into his mentality behind this. This is what he said on the 200th episode of Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. This is what he said. I was suggested a video clip that was sort of cut out of context, and this is that clip.
Talk to guys that live in different states and stuff, and I'm like, hey, like, why don't you come visit? And like, well, I can't afford a plane ticket. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, I can. So like, get on the plane. And like, well, I just don't really feel comfortable with that. But like, I love you and I really want to be together. And I'm like, well, we can't be together because you can't afford a plane ticket. You're probably...
I want you guys to keep in mind, you saw how he was talking to these people in Snapchat. You've seen how aggressive he was. Now I want you to listen to his voice tones and how aggressive he is when he talks about this situation, almost like he's recalling these types of events. It's almost like he's, not only is he aggressive about his stance behind how he wants these people to come to him, but it just seems like he's aggressive, almost like he deserves their presence. And it's very... I don't want to say narcissistic because I don't have the credentials to diagnose, but it's looking very needy, very pretentious is the word I was looking for. So listen to just how aggressive he sounds when he's talking about this stuff.
Guys that live in different states and stuff, and I'm like, hey, like, why don't you come visit? And like, well, I can't afford a plane ticket. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, I can. So like, get on the plane. And like, well, I just don't really feel comfortable with that. But like, I love you and I really want to be together. And I'm like, well, we can't be together because you can't afford a plane ticket. You're probably still in either high school or college, like a senior in high school or in college. Right. So like, either you accept the flight and realize that like, this is what I'm bringing to the relationship so we can spend time together if you actually care about me. Yeah. Or we literally never meet because you can't afford it.
People right away were saying, well, there's James. One thing that people would, it just in specific this clip, they said, well, he just said that he's talking to high schoolers. He said, well, we can't meet because you're probably a senior in high school or just in college. He is 21 years to 22 years of age. He said that his age range for dating at the very youngest is 18 years old. Now, in my opinion, that's a little bit too young, but on multiple occasions, he does say that he's not, that he is actually attracted to younger adults. He says, like I said, the age of 18. I think that's still too young. But just the aggressive nature. I'm going to show you the next clip that gives a little bit more context to that clip. About.
Are you looking for love on a long-term
yeah.
I gotta add
longevity?
Yes.
Because I
It's here. The moment that will define.
I hear these stories. We talked about it, and like, how is your love life?
Shit.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so the thing is, for me, I'm 21, but like I said, I have the mentality of a 40-year-old. Yeah. So for me, like, I'm much more mentally and emotionally mature than a lot of people my age. I'm not physically attracted to older guys, which sucks. Like, I would date like the absolute youngest, like 18, 19 that looks a little bit older, or like 24 that like has a young personality. Okay. So like, I'm in like a tough situation where like it's really hard for me to find people already that like want to date. Yeah. Period.
This is supposed to make the context of the first clip. So he says that he wants to date at the very youngest 18 to 19. I don't think that's good of him to say. But like I said, it's not too much out of the norm because his age currently is 21 to 22. If you see me like lean over to the side, it's because my speakers are broken and I have to like, that's what I gotta do to hear them. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on this so far. Pulling up chat now. Red flag alert. Yeah, definitely a red flag alert. Mature people don't go talking to minors. You know, that's a really important thing to point out. Me, myself, and I talked about this in the video, I feel like somebody with an older mentality wouldn't want a younger mentality. And I don't mean any offense by this, but as we grow, like we were teenagers at one point in time, we had to go through so much, right? You had to go through stuff, I had to go through stuff. We made many mistakes, and we're not done learning. We're not done making mistakes. But what I'm saying is we've made a lot when we were younger, and a lot of just very common things that people go through that we've already been through. We don't necessarily want to go back and date somebody that's just now going through those things. Now, me personally, I don't care to give advice to people that's going through things. How often are people going to listen? They don't. But I don't mind giving advice to people that are going through things, but I don't necessarily want to date someone that's already going through all the things that I've already struggled through. Number one, I feel like that is a power dynamic within itself. I feel like that's taking advantage of somebody that knows that's just not as experienced in a way. Does that make any sense? And I think you're going to be hard, but there are people out there that are older that they date younger. You know, that's their prerogative, and it's not illegal, though, to say, unless they are under the age of 18. But I think for the most part, it's controlling, yes. I think for the most part, what you're going to find is those with older mentalities are not going to push or go after those with a younger mentality for that very reason. Cara Dole says that he's going to be 22 in May. Okay. Thanks for that clarification. Maru donated $1.99. Really appreciate it. She's also a patron. Let's get some hype and chat from Maru, everybody. Michaela says, being interested in Barely Legal is creepy because people still seem them as in the youth they emulate in personality. I think I said that wrong. No, it is a little bit creepy, yeah. I think me, myself, the absolute youngest that I would date, it's probably going to be 24, but, you know, I think I could go as young as like 20, 21. But they would have to be experienced, very experienced, and there would the contextual situation for that. There would have to be layers and layers, because I'm not gonna like set my dating profile for that or nothing like that. I'm also strongly against online dating. It's a terrible thing, in my experience. Your flatmate likes my hair. I hate my hair right now. Hey, we're at 586 viewers. If we do hit 600, then we will do a viewer giveaway. It looks like we may get that. Thank you for the support. Let me check my real viewers. Is the chat going that fast right now? That's insane. I look over and it's like, bruh. So I'm gonna make a full-blown video that goes in detail on these things, because I think that I think it's important for people to see. And I think it needs to be presented in this way, that his just general behavior is not good towards people. Does that make sense? Like, the way he acts, the way he talks to people is not good. And I think that in itself, and you take that, and then we know that he's also been talking to minors as well. Thanks, guys. Thanks, thinking my hair is majestic. Let me make sure. Oh, we're at 602 viewers. Don't forget to share this stream out to people that you feel like this is relevant for them. We will do a viewers giveaway. We are doing regular giveaways too. I do, if you're new here, I do giveaways. I give away these handmade bracelets, or you can pick something from the merch store. During dono giveaways, I do a giveaway every 100 donos, and if you do donate, then you can take solace in knowing that I do donate a percentage of my annual income. This year, we're donating it to RAIN to help survivors in terrible situations. So you guys, just by watching, if you ever watch the ad or anything like that, then you get to help me help people, which I always thought was like really cool. Thank you. So is the audio good? Is everything leveled? Again, I cannot hear it because my speakers are blowed. But I would hate for something to just be like terrible for you guys. Ellie Doll with a 3 spot. Let's get some hype and chat for Ellie. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Audio is sexy. I'll take some callers as well. If you guys do want to call in, the link is in the pinned comment. All right, now I want to go over this article that details James Charles's allegations, who these people are he's been involved with. Jason Score donated 5, says, thank you for covering topics like this. It's an important conversation. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Let's get some hype and chat for Jason. Thank you.
Thank you for covering topics like this. It's an important conversation.
There's so many different articles right now that we can pick from. Let's do the... Look at these headlines. James said he's not attracted to older guys in a 2020 podcast. Which I admit, it's a weird thing. It is a weird thing to say. Murder Myths donated 5. Let's get some hype and chat for Murder Myths. Thank you very much. There was the feud in 2019 with Gage Gomez. I remember that one. It's the Coachella stuff. After his drama with Gomez, Charles was accused of trying to manipulate straight boys by his former mentor, Toddy Westbrook, Dramageddon. I think I remember that. And then he released his video, No More Lies. Some of Charles' accusers were viewed as clout chasers. That was the narrative. More recently, Charles' accusers have posted exposed TikToks with purported screenshots of Snapchats and direct messages. And then he put out this statement. I remember that one. We covered that. Most recent was Jake Cherry's his name. It's just a bunch of not good stuff. One of the most disturbing ones to me was the Ethan Andrews. He was only 14 years old at the time. 14 years old. A lot of we already know he's not attracted to older men. He goes specifically for young kids. He says 18, but that's what he says publicly. We don't really know. What's up, buddy? How you doing? You doing good today? So I'm going to take some callers now for this James Charles conversation. If you do want to call in, link and pin comment. DJ Snaps, you're on the air.
Hey.
You there?
My voice work?
I can barely hear you. Hold on.
Yeah, let me get my head.
I think you're talking. Do you guys hear him?
That should be better.
Oh, yeah. I hear you now. Hold on a second. Let me... All right, talk.
All right.
Yeah, I
Good?
can hear you. I just have to lean a little bit. So how you feeling about this James Charles stuff?
Well, my consensus with the James Charles thing, you know, it's like, yeah, he definitely needs to be dropped from the social media because of his behavior is so repeated and stuff like that, where it's, hey man, you goofed up one too many times. It's time for you to go change your lane or something like that. You know, maybe he could, you know, still have his own, you know, makeup company, like a Revlon, Maybelline, or something like that. He knows how to run a business. Not being a social media influencer is not like the end of his world or anything like that, but he obviously doesn't deserve to be in that position. And honestly, like, in any way, like, trying to defend him, like, I can't find a way to defend him. It's more just along the lines like, dude, James Charles has got to be so dumb to not realize that as big of an influencer as he is, and using his audience as a dating pool, there's gonna be someone who hates him, targeting him, and be like, yo, I'm gonna gain clout off of exposing you when I wasn't really a fan. So it's just like, and I'm pretty sure almost every influencer can see that coming. They're just like, there's that one person. So that's the reason why I don't get personal with my audience.
No, I agree with that. Currently, right now, to talk to you, I'm having to turn up the speakers as loud as they go, and I have to turn down my mic where I'm talking, or it'll, like, explode even more. But no, I get what you're saying 100%. Like, most influencers that grow a platform, they come under a general understanding that there are boundaries that need to be put in place. And it seems like he's had multiple chances to put those boundaries in place. Multiple times he's told us he is going to put those boundaries in place, but we haven't seen those boundaries.
Yeah. When I first saw his apology video, like I was watching, what's his name? I can't remember. Drama Alert. He like looks like a garden gnome. Keemstar, that's it. Yeah, I was watching Keemstar's stream of him reviewing the apology video and stuff like that, and hearing Keem, you know, come out and he's like, well, back in 2019 when we defended this guy because, you know, maybe it was a one-time thing, like even he was just like, yep, nope, not having this. You owe an apology to pretty much everyone, even Keemstar himself. I think that's Keem's ego going to his head. I don't think James Charles really owes Keem an apology, but it's just, you know, it happened once before and stuff like that, and really what's coming out, like one of the things that hasn't really been discussed like so much is one of the, like even the Coachella incident that James Charles was involved in back in, I think it was 2018. It was either 2018 or 2019 when that happened. Yeah. And the thing with James Charles, you know, going after minors and then also going after straight guys to the point that straight guys are just like, hey, dude, you seem very uplifting and stuff like that. Seem like have a fun, positive attitude, but, you know, I don't swing that way. And then him still pressuring straight guys into that is just like, it's not just minors, it's other guys in general, where it's just like, he definitely has a pattern of predatory behavior.
Yeah, my point, the point of my next video that I'm gonna make one today after this, and it's gonna be on it's gonna be because I feel like it needs to be put out there. And I haven't seen people been talking about this or trying to hammer this home, is the way that he talks to people in general is not okay. It's just... Yeah, because it's just like, someone said it in chat earlier, where it's just like the way that he's like talking to people, like the way he was, just barely knowing them. It's just like, you don't have that conversation with someone right off the bat. You know, it's some, you know, intimate romantic conversation you have like that, you know, in text form or whatever. It's probably someone you've been in a relationship for like 2-3 years. Yeah.
You don't do that right off the bat.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you've made really good points. And I'm sorry that I can't hardly hear you. But yeah, I'm gonna get some new speakers and stuff soon. So I appreciate you for calling
man,
in.
I've helped out this stream and stuff like that, donating enough. I'm sure that there's like $20 laying around that you can get yourself a new headset or something.
Yeah. Also, your bracelet, I haven't sent it off yet, but if I get done with the stream before 5, which is 4:18 right now, I'll send it off today. I have everything packed up and ready to go, and I'm sending all my stuff that needs to be sent out today or tomorrow.
Cool beans, man.
Yeah.
I got patience. No rush.
All right, thanks for calling in, man.
Much love, dude. You have a good one.
You too. Puff Stabby, you're on the air.
Oh my goodness, it's working. Wow. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm just having to do a little extra work with the, like, I'm having to, like, I got my hands on 2 knobs. I'm trying to turn the speakers up, what's left of them, as high
That's
as
what
they'll
she
go,
said.
so I can hear you. And then if I do that, I can't have my mic volume on because it makes this wooing noise, and it'll catch fire on everything or something. I don't know what's gonna happen.
My
It's
God.
terrible. So I'm having to go back and forth right now, but it's okay, you know.
All right. Well, I mean, as long as you're working things out and it's working for you, you know, and as long as you don't catch fire.
Yeah. How do you feel about the James Charles stuff?
Well, it grosses me out just in general. Like I'm a woman. I've been, sexually assaulted. I've been sexually harassed. I've been pursued by people who don't know how to take no for an answer. And that's all happened to me around the ages that these victims are, like 15, 16, some of them being like 14 or possibly even younger, because who knows?
Yeah.
It's gross. And then
I agree with you.
To know that James doesn't really seem to hold accountability, because I saw his apology video, and yeah, he may almost sound sincere, but when you're sincere, your eyes don't dart around everywhere when you're trying to tell a story. You don't put on a show,
he actually taught a class on how to make a perfect apology.
Oh my goodness, no.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I covered it in my video. It was on Instant Influencer season, or episode 3, season, I'm not 100% sure. I could tell you right now. It was not that one. One second.
You're good.
Okay, it was Instant Influencer season 1 episode 3.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
That's
for those of you that want to see
ridiculous. I just this whole so I mentioned in the chat that I met my husband online, kind of.
Right.
We have some people have taken they look at my relationship and they think it's a little weird, because we're 3.5 years apart. We met when I was 17 and he was 20. I was 17 and a half and he was 20.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3.5 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Either way. And a lot of people, my friends, took problem with that. And I was like, well, you first of all, we've been talking. We haven't even met. We've been talking for months. We've been learning about each other, figuring each other out, seeing if we actually would want to see each other and would want to be with each other. And I feel like that's a little bit different because, yeah, in New Mexico, I live in New Mexico, the age of consent is 17. And I don't know, a lot of people saw a problem with our age gap because
there are laws and stuff in place for influencers and people with big followings or people that are in positions of power and things like that. So it's different for if he was a 21, 22-year-old that had a massive following online, that was a teacher, that was in some
he was in a band. He was in it was a smaller metal band in New Mexico.
Yeah, and if it was something where it was he was in this position of power or something like that, it would be looked at as different, because there are actually laws in place on you not being able to have relationships with people under the age of 18 for those types of reasons and things like that.
Oh yeah, I understand that. I feel like I can have a little bit of a different perspective because I saw I was a fan of my husband's band. Mm-hmm. And I guess in my mind, if I were more, I guess, not so much vulnerable, because at 17 I had gone through a lot of different things, and you always hear this with younger people having adults tell them they're very mature for their age, but I had heard that from many counselors and therapists and people who've gone to degrees in school and college and different things, who are experts on knowing about the brain, and they're like, you're very immature because of all of the PTSD and all the things you've gone through.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to think of my husband as, he was in a band and I was a fan of his for a really long time, but I wasn't a groupie, or I wasn't groomed into being his girlfriend and then his wife. I had a crush on this drummer from this dinky little metal band from New Mexico.
Right.
And I know that's a little bit different than the situation with everything. I thought of that. I wanted to call in during the Marilyn Manson stuff too, because I saw Blair White's video after your live stream, and I feel the same way as Blair. Like, I'm a fan of Marilyn Manson, and it's real shitty that he's a shitty person, but I feel really bad now, like when Marilyn Manson songs come on my playlist, because it's like, oh shit, what if people hear me, and what if they think I'm a monster who likes this guy for being a terrible person when I just like his art. And I hope that people who are fans of James Charles don't share that, because James is a good artist. He is a good makeup artist. Where he gets his inspirations from is questionable. Whether he steals content is whatever, but just knowing that, no, he's a good artist, but that he's a shitty person is just, it's one of those things that tears me apart, because I never really liked James Charles, but I like his makeup.
Yeah. No, I completely understand.
Just knowing that somebody who is possibly, most definitely, maybe a predator also can create such beautiful things really hurts me, kind of, just personally. Because like I'm an artist. I do art stuff sometimes. It's kind of crappy to know that there's people out there who are really good at making beautiful things, but are also just really gross and ugly people.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. There was a lot of people that, with the Marilyn Manson situation specifically, that were just really just hurt and crushed by that situation. I understand those feelings, and I think it goes a long way to say that the feelings that you got that helped you from this person's art, that doesn't mean that you were tricked. Like, those feelings are real feelings, and they really did help you. The art is
I used to draw Marilyn Manson portraits in high school a lot because I'm really good at portraits. But I used to draw Marilyn Manson a lot because he had these, the way he did his makeup, and he had these big lips. And I thought of him as like, not so much like a mentor, because I didn't want to, like, I liked how outspoken he was. I liked how intelligent he was. I liked how he, during interviews back in the 90s and the early thousands, he presented himself as this person who just looks different, but is, no different from you and I. And then it comes out 30 years later that he's a gross person, and that one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. Well, I do appreciate you for calling in. I'm having trouble hearing people, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But I really appreciate you for calling in. Thank you very much. I can't hear anybody. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to go buy I gotta buy these new speakers, man. I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal, but it totally is. Alright, let's see where chat's at before we hop into the Destery stuff. Okay. Yes, I appreciate for anybody that called in and shared their opinions. I wasn't able to hear exactly what was going on, but I gave it my best shot. I don't think I can take any more callers right now. But let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on the James Charles. Last questions on James Charles before we move forward into the Destery stuff, because we got some big stuff coming. No judgment in the chat. All right. So, if you guys don't know, we've been covering the Destery Smith stuff. I've been hitting you guys with updates and everything. There was a most recent happening that came out on Twitter. We're going to get to that. All right. I tweeted earlier today, about 3 hours ago exactly, precisely. Nathan Owens addresses his involvement with Destery Smith, verifies turning a blind eye to inappropriate behavior, takes accountability by removing himself from the internet, giving up any ability to make money from his former platform. Destery and James Charles should take accountability. I think it's very interesting that this guy, you know, he's done some wrong things himself. He talks about it in these videos that we're about to go over. He decides that he no longer wants to make content, no longer wants to make money from his platforms, and decides to step away from this. That's taking accountability. Can you imagine if Destery Smith and James Charles took after that example? Ellie Doll, thank you for the 5. Really appreciate it. Let's get some hype in chat for Ellie Doll. And if I missed anybody's super chats or donuts, don't worry. I'll catch up on them in just a second. So let's play this first video.
I want to start out this video by saying that I'm so grateful for the opportunity I've had to brighten people's day. Being an influencer has been such an amazing experience, and I'll have so many fond memories of it. That being said, there's another part to being an influencer, where we use the platform given to us by the people who support us to do the right thing and to be held accountable for our actions. In case anyone doesn't understand why I'm making this or what's been going on, I'll do my best to summarize. Basically, some videos came out on TikTok about Destery and accusations against him. While this was going on, I chose to use that time to come out and explain why I'm no longer friends with him. And also to try to be a voice for the people that he's hurt, since I was heavily involved with him for many years. After some time, I privated the TikToks that I made, explaining my side of what Destery had done to me personally, because it was brought to my attention that the way that I'd gone about this was hurtful to people, being the way that I was talking about the things that Destery had done to me and not holding myself accountable was selfish and one-sided. I've taken time to reflect on this, and I want to say that I'm sorry to the people that I hurt by doing this. I'm taking accountability and admitting that I've done things that I regret, and that I'm responsible for not taking action.
So, what he's actually talking about that he's done wrong is he was in a relationship with somebody that the age gap was not good. So he's taking accountability to this, but he says that he didn't go after this person because of their age, and this was a very long time ago. This one of the things that he's speaking up on and taking accountability for. AM Knight is a new member. Enjoy Greg's face next year. Let's get some hype in chat for AM Knight.
I won't try to make excuses for not coming forward sooner. I let Destery invite underage girls over, and although I warned some of them about him, I did not do enough to stop him. And for this, I'm so sorry, because I could have stopped a lot of girls from getting hurt. I would also like to apologize directly to a few people. Cynthia and Lizzie. I'm sorry. I should have done more for you. But I turned a blind eye and allowed this to happen. I'm glad that you two spoke out, as you are a huge voice for others. You've been respectful, and I understand your anger towards me. And I do not expect forgiveness. I'm also sorry to your friend who I may have hurt.
Okay, that was the first part. So he apologized for turning a blind eye to Destery Smith inviting underage girls over. That's pretty rough. It's pretty hardcore. I'm going to say that's not a forgivable act. Also, the inappropriate relationship, that's a tough one as well. Let's go to the second part here.
I dated her 10 years. About Lita. It's public that I dated her 10 years ago. While this was inappropriate, I do want to state that in no way was I after her for her age. Though I was with her for 2 years, I recognized that this relationship was wrong because of our age difference. Years after this happened, her and I talked, and I've apologized to her. The last time we spoke, we were on good terms, and if she felt like she was hurt by me, I would like to apologize for it now. Addressing Georgina. We haven't talked since our breakup, and I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm happy that you contributed to help more victims, and I understand that there will be no forgiveness towards me here either. With me being involved and the way that I am, it seemed very easy for people to jump to conclusions and take rumors as fact. It's been so disheartening to see how ready and willing some people are to spread misinformation without putting any effort to seeing if it's true. Some people even went as far as to attack my girlfriend on social media when she is completely innocent and one of the most caring and honest people that I know. The actions of people like this have caused so much emotional strain on our relationship and on my mental health as well.
All right, I'm back. I might literally have to turn this down. Let me pull up chat. I want to see where you guys are at with this. Turns out managing these volumes back and forth is a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be. Liz Johnson is one of the people that Nate was talking about. She's in chat, says, "Hi, I'm Lizzie, and just want to mention that me and Cynthia have been in contact with Nate and specifically asked him not to use our friend's name so he isn't avoiding anything." Okay, I appreciate you for letting us know that. So the next part that you guys are going to hear is how he's going to go about accountability.
So with that, there are some accusations I would like to address that are untrue. Such as, I was with a 13-year-old and waited to date them at 18. That I met Lita when she was 14. That I met Georgina when she was 15. That I lived with Lita alone, and probably many more that I didn't catch. I would also like to take this time to address my absence from YouTube. I've demonetized my YouTube account for some time now, and have not made any money from it or any other source related to it, including merch, since around 2016. I want to be clear that I am in no way making any amount of money from it. Also, after I was no longer friends with Destery, I wanted to distance myself from the name that was associated with him, because I never felt like the name I had was my own, and it was a name that reminded me of something painful. So with all this, I'm choosing to remove myself from the internet as AhoyNateo permanently. I would like to not be associated with this name. As of this video, my accounts and videos will be made private. My only reason for not deleting them is so that someone else can't make a new account and take the name and use it pretending to be me. I'm sorry to the people who this decision will disappoint and hurt. I hope that you can be able to understand that this is what I feel is best for me, being able to move forward with my life. Again, I'm so sorry. To the people that this will mean something to, thank you. And for the last time, fair winds.
Okay. So his version of accountability. Okay. So his version of accountability is taking himself off of every one of his public platforms to no longer make money. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. I do agree that he's doing the right thing by removing himself from the platform. Forgiveness is going to go towards those that were victimized 100%. Personally, my feelings towards that is I would, those are some pretty unforgivable acts as far as like public goes. I know he's stepping away from the public because he understands that, he acknowledges that. So I think that's about the only thing that guy can do. He's no longer using the name. He's going off the internet 100%. So well, I'm having a hard time over here with technical issues. I really am. I hate that. I am. But I realize that I am not going to be able to do live streams with broken speakers, so I'm probably going to have to go buy some more or order some more. I was already having issues with making videos, so I'm kind of like stuck in the mud over here, and I need to fix that. Before we go anywheres, I do want to thank you guys for being here, even though that all the technical difficulties, and I'm sure the audio was messed up, and I didn't feel like I was in a good flow, so I feel like pretty bad about it. But it's okay. Stuff like that happens, and we learn from it. We do better. And I know we got some people in chat that I would really like to speak with. If you guys could reach out to me, those that are related to the Destery and Nathan situation, if you could reach out to me on any social platform, I'd like to talk to you there. I would talk to you here, but it's too much of a struggle with these busted speakers, so I can't. If you guys do want to know how I busted the speakers, I bought a cloud lifter that's supposed to raise the audio a little bit. I plugged it up to my system, and it blew my speakers. So if you ever have a cloud lifter, be very careful. You will blow your speakers. Like, that thing is crazy. Let me catch up on all the super chats and all the donos real quick. Willow donated 2. Said, glad I could catch a live today. Thank you for continuing to give survivors a platform to speak up. You're very welcome. These conversations are so important in order to hold bad people accountable. You're right. Lay Notter 20 donated 20. Thank you very much. Visual Snow donated 5. Ellie Doll donated 5. Addicted to YouTube Makeup donated 5. And I believe that catches us up. So let's get some positivity turtles in the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support, the continued and ongoing support. Yeah, I remember you, Kaz. Been a very long time. Hope you're well. Got a birthday coming up. Let me show you some changes I did on my Twitch page. I'm very excited about these. So if you guys don't know, I'm putting a lot of work into Twitch because I want to do more cooking streams and stuff like that.
Welcome to the Ribzilla Twitch page. For those of you that know me, thank you for being here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a YouTuber. I do commentary. I talk about the topics that most other people won't talk about. I like to use my platform to do to raise awareness.
Brian donated 5. Let's get some hype chat for Brian, everybody.
I do play video games. I do cooking.
All right, I'm gonna show you the new changes that I made. We're currently at 1.7 thousand followers with a goal of 2,000. Once we get to 2,000, we're going to do a cooking stream. May do a cooking stream before that, but the major changes I did was I just kind of organized it down here. And the giftings subscriptions here, the leaderboards here. You can click this to sub. You can click this to tip. And just like on all my other platforms, any type of amount donated, it'll go to Rain for this year to help survivors in terrible situations. And I'm really proud of this. I think it looks really nice and clean. And we're gonna do some streams. If you guys don't care, if you could go over here and give it a follow, I'd appreciate that. And I think it's almost at 1.7. It just rounds up. I'm gonna pop this in chat for you, and I'd really appreciate it. And there you go. Holy crap! It's so stressful with my system all busted. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me find a good song. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the stream early just because all my stuff's messed up and I need to go figure out some replacement stuff like that. And everybody that called in, I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I wasn't able to give you the amount of normal attention that I would usually give. But things were just like messed up. So let me find a cool song. Any song suggestions for the outro? I got one. Metallica? That's a good one. That's actually, yeah. Let's do some Metallica.
Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back, ain't much an old time.